Guys, back here for part 3. It's been a couple months, with Thanksgiving and Christmas, and got kind of busy with work, so haven't had a chance to work on this transmission here. But so now I'm going to start the assembly, and I'm going to go through the individual components and replace them. Actually, I'm an IT guy and I'm not a transmission person, so I can't remember the names of all these things. So. So yeah, I'm going to replace this. I'm going to start with the rearmost section and just kind of go forward. So when I put it back together, I can, slide it back into this case. I don't know if you can see that, but it's nighttime right now. But yeah, I need to. I got to replace this output shaft on there and replace the actual the frictions in there and the steels. And surprisingly, this transmission, I could have put it back in the way it is. It's all the bands look perfectly fine. The bands look perfectly fine. The frictions were fine. Still, everything looks fine so far. So this is on my workbench here, and all the different planetary gear here. Pump. And I have the the steels, and then obviously you've seen this stuff already. Then I have I got some, my kit, this rebuild kit that I got on eBay, it didn't have any bands, so from TCI I got some of the Kevlar setup, the bands, and I'm going to soak the frictions in Dex 3, or Dextron 3 Merc. So yeah, I didn't really. I'm not sure. I was gonna do Mercon 5, but I didn't really know because it's synthetic, and I don't usually use synthetic oil in my older cars because just leaks, and it wasn't designed to have synthetic oil. So the tolerances aren't as tight, But all my modern cars I use synthetic. My diesel trucks and other cars. Anything after 2000 I will use synthetic, but anything from the 80s and 90s I use conventional oil, mineral-based oil. So back here, so I gotta go through each of these components and rebuild them, and do the output shaft, read the instructions here, and get going with this thing so I can put it in my Bronco. So right now it's probably like January 3rd, 2016, so it's middle of the winter time, and I guess I'd like to have this thing up and running by springtime so I can, go off-roading in the mountains, partially snow and everything. So we normally do like a cold camping trip in springtime. So, all right. So I guess I'll get started. All right. Here. So right now I'm going to work on the direct clutch assembly. Well, that's at least what I think you call it. So the first thing I got to do is take the snap ring off here, and this whole thing will come apart, and I got to replace the clutch disc in there and get this the new output shaft in there, to replace that. So all right, I'm gonna work on that, and once I get this whole thing taken apart, I will show you the insides. And I haven't taken this. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but the rest of this transmissions look really, really clean. So hope everything looks good. Alright, cool. Okay, got this thing taken apart, and one of the things I'm about to figure out how to do is take these, they look like piston rings off on these little, on the back here, but it's has like a unusual, I think it will focus, but it has like an unusual thing, the way it's like a crisscross thing on there. So I gotta get that off there so I can get the new output shaft on. But look at these clutch plates, man. They're like I don't know if you can see that, but these things are like brand new. They don't even look like they're even hardly worn. Like, I knew this transmission was super clean on the inside, so I don't even know how many miles this thing has on it, because I bought it for $50 on Craigslist. But alright, there's 5 discs in there. And so I think with this kit I can either do 5 or 6 disc. I'm going to try to get as many discs in there as I possibly can, because the more the better. But alright, so I gotta start soaking those and see if I can get some of these things to fit. But maybe if you guys have any clue on how I can get these rings off, let me know, because that's, I don't know, man. Maybe I have to buy new rings. But yeah, because I got to put the actual rings on this thing here. So I don't know if I can take off the old ones and put them on here or what. All right, cool. Okay, so now I'm trying to figure out the clutch pack. How many plates? So the stock clutch, it came with a 5-disc in this clutch pack. Whereas to get the almost the same height, am I gonna be running 7 disc with this Alto Reds, and I guess they're called Kaolin steels. I'm not even sure what they're called, but all right. So I'm going from 5 to 7 clutch pack, or 7 clutch disc. So hopefully that works. I gotta soak these in transmission fluid and get it going. All right, so okay, got the piston back in. Absolute freaking pain in the ass. Like if you don't have the right tool, they actually make a specific tool to get that piston seal in there. It's hard to explain, but it's a trippy looking seal, and it's crazy hard to get in there. So what I did is I used some my shooting targets, because it's actually like a waxy material, and I got it really slick with transmission fluid, and I wrapped it around here, and I was able to slide the piston in, and I double checked to make sure I didn't have any paper that was ripped off and stuck in there. So yeah, I did this a couple times, but it's freaking nightmare. But okay, next step. Hey, quick update. So I have the 7 Alto Red frictions in this Ford drive thing here, or it's called the direct drive. And I guess there's not that many. There's no videos on how to do this with like the actual AOD with the Bronco conversion, but so I have the new output shaft on, and I still got to replace the these. They look like piston rings, but they're just like rings, and I have 2 seals down in here that need to go down, well, down in there, and so that's that. So I think I'm gonna try my. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a solution, but I think I can maybe get my. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe get my snap ring pliers in there. See right there. Maybe get my snap ring and get those things out of there. So hopefully that will work. All right. Okay, I think I figured it out. It's actually a. It's like a weird little locking snap ring. So that's how you just gotta kind of pop it up and out. But yeah, it's a little. There's like 2 little grabbers on each side that grab the ring and keep it shut. Cool. That sucks. I didn't even realize my rebuild kit actually came with these new rings. So I take them off and I gotta put the new ones back on. But yeah. All right, guys. There it is. This is the only major modification that you really have to do to this thing, because it's the advanced adapters. It's what turns this transmission into an early Bronco transmission. It's, this is the most modification you have to do, So that's the new advanced adapters output shaft that's going to hook up to the Dana 20. There it is, all done. Alto 7 steels in there, and awesome, man. Cool. Stoked. Guys, back. So today I'm going to work on the reverse clutch and get this thing going. So I have this, I guess the reverse and the forward clutch assembly to replace with the extra what called the frictions, and then I have the pump to replace, which is right there. And I'll get this stuff back in the case. Cool. So I'm gonna take these bands off here, and this transmission looks like it's in fantastic shape. It's kind of crazy. Like, I really could have just put this back on just the way it was. So I'll make sure I get this in order. this. Okay, that's the friction. And okay. Alright. There's the reverse. So you have these, I'm not sure, I can't remember which one is which, but I think this is the reverse. This is the reverse and this is the forward. Because you have more frictions in there, so. Alright, so I'm going to have to go to each of these little clutch pack things and replace them. Alright, cool. Getting this snap spring out of this reverse piston area is a freaking bitch. Yeah, I don't know, I'm already kind of marring it up a little bit, but I think if you're going to do a transmission rebuild, you should get a good set of assorted C-clamps. Yeah, there's some kind of like, this thing right here actually creates pressure. It puts pressure on that snap ring, so it makes it super difficult to get off there. It makes it super tight in there, so I think I'm going to put it like on the C-clamp. I'm going to try to maybe put just a little bit of pressure on it to relieve some of the pressure or strain on that snap ring, man. But I've already spent 25 minutes, 30 minutes trying to get this thing off, and still haven't got it off. Alright. Took me about 30 minutes to get this off, but it's a trippy looking snap ring. It's all wavy, and I think it's kind of designed to, I think it's for like spring tension. And so I can get this extra little plate off now. And for what I hear, to get this piston out, at least what I've read or online, I'm actually watching other people's video tutorials on AOD rebuild, but this is actually more like a Bronco AOD specific rebuild. Is to use compressed air to get this piston out. Yeah, I'm gonna get my air blowgun in here. Show you real quick. Maybe this will help pop this thing out real quick. Maybe, we'll see. Yep, well, that definitely helped. See? I guess the trick is to, because there's two holes in the bottom of this thing, is to cover one hole with your finger so it can't get out. And try the other one. Okay. So it's not totally out, but okay, it looks like a kind of bound up on the way out here. Ah, there we go. Cool. Alright, alright, so there's two seals to replace. You have one on the outside and one on the inside, and man, you know, I look at this transmission, I mean, I could have totally put this thing back in. It's crazy. As is, it would have been perfectly fine, but the thing is, I never would have known, you know, what the condition of the transmission was, so it would have bugged the shit out of me. So alright, well, next step. Well, actually, there was some sort of metal ring here, so make sure I don't forget that. Alright, cool. Next step. Hey guys, back here. Still working on the reverse clutch. It's been a couple days. I was trying to get this. I'm kind of sick right now, but I've been trying to get this for days, trying to get this lip seal in there, you know. I think it's like impossible to get in there. And yeah, I was trying all the different ways with the paper, trying to slide in like waxy paper in there, and dude, it's freaking impossible. So I decided to get the real thing on sorry, there's actually a kit you can buy on eBay. It's 95 bucks, and it has all the lip seal protectors. Yeah, it's kind of expensive. I don't want to spend 95 bucks, but I figured that my Bronco, I mean, I've already had it for 20 years, but you know, I'm going to probably running some variant of an AOD. So right now I'm doing the non-electronic, but I think eventually I'm going to probably convert over to the 4R70W, I guess. I think that's what it's called. The electronic one with the wide gear set, but so I figured I'd probably use these every time I got to rebuild the transmission. So you know, I mean, like I said, 95 bucks, but I don't know. I mean, seriously, I spent hours trying to figure out the other seal. So this is the, it actually says what it is on the actual I don't know if you can see that, the plastic reverse clutch. So I'm assuming it goes down like this. Yeah, perfect. So I've already spent hours trying to get this in there. So I'm gonna clean this up with some towels because it's been sitting here for a couple days, and I'll come back and I'll see how I can show you how this little seal protector works. I mean, if you don't have the right tools, man, it makes it so difficult to get those in there. I mean, it's crazy. I spent hours trying to get, like, finagle these little papers in between there, you know, trying to get it in there. Impossible. All right. Yeah, real quick. Grab all this transmission fluid. I had the bands. And right there. Get the inside seal. I'm going to put a little bit of this on the inside of this, the plastic here. That'll help it slide down through. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Okay, now slide that down in there. Alright, get my fingers clean. Grab this little piston here. So I don't know if you saw that. I'm going to slide the piston right down in there. Maybe we'll move this down so you guys can really see this. This is okay. Let's see if this bad boy works. Oh, I already kind of went in crooked there. Okay. Shit. Oh. One second here. Holy shit. Dude. Crazy, dude. That took me a couple seconds to get that in there, whereas I spent hours trying to get that in there before with the wrong tool, you know? So, yeah, it's so much easier if you get the right tools. So, alright, phone's ringing. Alright, cool. So I'm going to rebuild the rest of this thing and I'll be back. If you're wondering what order I put this in, this a little steel thing has to go in first. It's kind of like a, not really, it looks like a O-ring, but it's just made out of steel. That goes down, and then I gotta find a way to get the snap ring in there. This can be a pain in the ass. I'm probably gonna use my C-clamps to get that down because it's super tight. But all right, so that will be that. And then I'll put the clutch disc in here, and the ones I have sitting in my bowl here, and keep it going. Alright, so back here, so get a couple steels in here. I'm gonna go, this is the reverse clutch, by the way, if you didn't see it. I'm gonna friction material, steel, friction material, steel, alright, friction material, and the last steel. This is actually off the original clutch pack. That's the top piece of steel that I need here. I mean, look at these clutches though, man. These are like, I mean, these things don't even, I don't know if the transmissions had been rebuilt or something, but these things don't even look like they're worn at all. It's crazy. Alright. Yeah, then I gotta put the snap ring back on and be good to go. Yeah, this thing right here. This goes on the top of that. And we'll be good to go. Cool. Okay guys, back here with the got the forward clutch here in my hand here. I'm going to have to take the snap ring off around the edge here, and I'm going to have to press this down with some C-clamps. Take the snap ring off in the center so I can pull the piston out, replace the seals on that, you know, redo the clutch pack. But yeah, I have a freaking press in here, but I mean, getting a weird kind of special fitting that pushes down on this. I don't have the real transmission, like, you know, push down thing, but you know, like I said, I have a shop press, so, but I don't have the right fitting to, so I'd be able to actually push it down and get my, you know, screwdriver in there to get the snap ring out. So it's gonna use some C-clamps, but all right, I'm gonna do that right now. So,
Got the clutch packs out. Looks like I have like a retaining steel, or 2 steels. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4 friction plates there, and the top thing here. Okay. All right. Get those soaking. Okay, you got the C-clamps in there, and now I need you to just get that center C-clamp out of here. Alright, so I'm going to do this off camera, but alright, so I'm going to get the C-clamp off, pop the piston out, replace the seals, hopefully use that new seal protector to get back in easily, and put the clutch packs back in, and be done with this whole area of this transmission. Alright, cool. Alright, word of caution. This thing exploded on me. Shit flew everywhere when I was trying to get the C-clamp off, so it's under a lot of tension. Just be aware of that. Shit, now I gotta find my C-clamp. It's shot somewhere in this garage. Alright. I got the piston out. So these are those hard to get in lip seals. I mean, if you don't have the right tool, it's freaking impossible. There's one on the inside here, one on the outside. So I'm gonna redo that, put the plastic protector in there, and get it going. Alright, so there's instruction with the lip seals. So I'm assuming this goes like that, down there. Okay. That. But because of the lip seal, the way it's kind of angled down here, I think that I have to. Let's get. I already got this piston lubed up here. Yeah, lube up this thing here. Alright. Okay, so so the piston's going down that way. So I gotta go in this way. I gotta slide this thing in here this way first. I think it's good enough right there, and get this down in here. Okay, and then push. Fucking bitch. Man, even with this thing, it's still bitch. Alright, well, I'll get it in there. It might take me a freaking few minutes, but even with this seal protector on there, it's still hard. Alright, cool. Hey guys, I figured out what the deal was. There was another little lip seal protector right there. It was to cover up this, sorry, I have a serious cold. To cover up these threads right here, so you just pop that on top like that. I'm gonna lube up here. That's why I couldn't get the thing down before. Now let's try this again. I couldn't figure it out, so I was like, what the fuck's going on here, you know? Let's try this again. Look how easy that is if you have the right tools. It's crazy. Alright, put it back together. I'm gonna put the clutch packs back in, and I got some other guy from eBay. He was doing the AOD rebuild, so getting lots of good tips off that guy. He was the guy that originally told me about the paper thing, but yeah, the paper thing is possible too. So let's put these things back in. Do a quick wipe off before I do that. Oh shit. Okay. A quick lube on the bottom of this thing. Okay. So this one actually had 2 steels. So I'm going to put a new steel. I'm trying to dip this stuff in the tranny fluid as I'm doing this. Okay. Steel. Steel. Clutch pack. Steel. Clutch pack. Okay. Steel. Clutch pack. And then one final steel. And here, steel, clutch pack, and the final top seal here. You know, paper towels are the best I can use here, but that's all I got. Okay, and top steel. Okay, put that snap ring back in. There we go. And gotta get this spring thing back on here. Snap ring, this thing and that thing on there. And we're good to go. Guys, throat's still messed up, but so yeah, I took the clutch pack back out because this thing is just so freaking hard to, it's impossible to get going with C-clamps. So I made this, I cut this little piece of 2x4 out. You know, shitty little job. I'm hoping I can put this on my shop press, and I don't know if you can see that, but push that down with my shop press. Hopefully I can get that thing going so I can get the either that, the freaking wood's gonna snap. Get the snap ring on there. Alright, cool. So that device seemed to work there. Let me zoom in there. A little shop press here. As you can see that it gives me, allowed me to, I still gotta get the snap ring on, but that little piece of 2x4 actually worked, so cool. Snap ring on, and let's see here. There it goes. Awesome. I have to blow that out with my air compressor because I got some sawdust on there, but cool. Alright, I'm gonna put this clutch pack back in and we'll be done. I put these, I'm not even sure what the hell these are called. That big clutch pack that went on the top of this thing, so it's one like this. Yeah, it seems weird that it just doesn't seem like it would be very stable like that, you know? But that's the way it came off, so. Alright, clutch pack. Steel. Okay guys, done with the forward and reverse clutch assemblies. So next I'm going to yeah, sorry, it's a little cold. I'm going to start working on the
front pump assembly here, and then we'll be ready to start reassembling and put everything back in the case. Starting the pump assembly here. First I gotta take this little ring thing off here. Just comes off a little screwdriver. Take the seal off. Put that over here. Let's see if I can get this thing up. There we go. Turn this around maybe. There we go. There we go. So looks like there's a couple springs on it. And underneath that thing is a little pump, or like a piston type deal. And get that off. Take these bolts off right here. And
what are you doing, Dad?
What am I doing? I'm making a video. Rebuilding this transmission here. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to get that going off and look at the pump. Alright, cool. Guys, got the thing separated, the shaft here. And this is the pump mechanism. And it looks pretty good. I figured it would look pretty good because everything else looked pretty good in this transmission. So I'm going to flip this around and I'm going to take off this seal here and replace the seal. And that's an original Ford seal. So, well, I mean, it says Ford right on, so I'm assuming this thing has possibly never been rebuilt. So, at least maybe it was rebuilt by Ford. But all right, so all right, I'm gonna do that. All right, so I'm gonna pull this seal off right here. It's nice. I mean, you can get a seal puller, probably like $5 or $10. That's it. Alright. And alright. Guys, I got this it's a pretty cool little tool. It comes from Harbor Freight. It's designed to put on seals. I'm gonna probably hit it with my hammer, see how it goes. But I do have a shop press too, so alright, we'll try like this. Yeah, hitting the seal. Got it on. Alright. Alright, I'm going to replace the slip seal around the little piston thing here. And get it going. So there's an inner and outer lip seal. Alright. Hey guys, got the tool and the piston here. And you just pop it in there. You should just pop in there, and like if you didn't have these, I mean, this would take you a crazy amount of hours, and you'd probably mess up your seal if you didn't have the right tool. Like I didn't want to spend $95 for a bunch of pieces of plastic, but dude, it's crazy if you don't have the right tools. Yeah, I tried that on the direct drive. Man, it took me hours using that paper trick thing. But let's see. Okay, that was it. Seriously, with the right tools, it only takes seconds. Without the right tools, it takes hours. Alright. So for me, it's like, man, it's easier for me to fix computers, you know, and get paid an hour worth of work to buy the right tool than spend hours and hours trying to put a fake tool together to make it work. So, alright. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably use this thing maybe, who knows, you know, because I'm probably going to have these AOD style transmissions for a while, but I might not ever use this thing ever again. Who knows? Alright. So, it's back on. probably not a good deal to do with this paper towel. I'm probably spraying this off with brake cleaner or something. Alright. Manual says I should torque down these bolts anywhere from 12 to 16 foot-pounds. So I'm just going to do 15 here. Gotta hold it. Alright. I'm going to do a crosshatch pattern here. Okay. There we go. Alright, well, you get the idea. And then I'm going to replace these rings. They look like little piston rings up here. Just to let you know that to get these little rings off, you gotta kind of push out, but it makes it a lot easier if you have a set of like ring pliers for like a regular piston. You just kind of get that in there and yeah.
I know it's going. I know it's going. I know it's going.
Ah, shit. There we go. Alright, so get those things back on and be almost done. Alright, so yeah, the ring's on. So I had the last ring around the outside to go around here. And I'm done with the pop assembly. So a quick, easy way to get this out is to use just like a needle. I have a safety pin here. And that way you can just get in there and kind of stick it in there. That way you can get a grip on it and then just start it and pull it out that way. And then make sure this the pump mating surface right here, get all the old gasket out there if anything's stuck. And what's going on? Do a quick lube on it. Yeah, with some fresh transmission fluid. Okay. Get that in there. So, cool. Pop's done. Put this away and make sure it's clean. I mean, I'm going to go through and thoroughly clean up everything as I put it back together, but you know, it's not as actually hard as you would think, you know. I mean, at least so far, you know, if you have the right tools, you know. Trying to do this without the right tools will be a lot harder, but here it is. So, alright, so tomorrow I'm going to put the the insides back in the case and start working on the valve body. So I got a shift kit. I got one of those Transgo shift kits. And I'm going to put in there. So, alright. See you tomorrow.